Coming up on Mountain News this morning, officials are warning folks of fire safety after Harlan County dealt with the first big fire of the season. And national businesses turn toward Kentucky as a new grant secures necessary funding.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Madison Carmouche. We are at 6:30 this Friday morning. Let's check in with meteorologist Drake Foley for a look at your forecast. Drake, we're off to a wet start for November, and it's Friday. It's just kind of...
Yeah, it's not the perfect, Friday where you throw the sunroof down and have some cool temperatures, but we are getting much needed rain, and I think that's what's most important, especially since we're talking about fires. This rain is going to help with those fire conditions somewhat because we were so dry in October. Let's take a look right now at our conditions, sitting at 59. And just rain falling on our tower cam. You can see a little bit of fog out there too. That could impact your morning commute on the way to work, or even if you're dropping off the kids at school. Just make sure to turn on those fog lights. Keep the brights off. You don't want to blind anybody. Looking at those current temperatures right now, sitting in those low 60s to high 50s. Overall, a pretty nice day. And if you want to go mow the lawn in the next couple days, you can't do it today, but you definitely can on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, as all those days look to stay very nice. Madison?
All right, Drake, thank you. State police are investigating after a woman's body was found in Harlan County. It happened on US 421 and 72 next to Catrins Creek. The identity of the woman has not been released and the cause of death is not known at this time. The body was sent to Frankfort for an autopsy. The Kentucky Solicitor General is fighting to uphold the death sentence in a nearly 40-year-old Letcher County murder case. Benny Lee Hodge was convicted of killing 23-year-old Tammy Acker and attacking her father in 1985. 18 judges of the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Sixth Circuit met Wednesday to hear arguments on Hodge's latest attempt to overturn his conviction. Attorney General Russell Coleman says it is critical the jury's verdict be upheld. One person is dead after a crash in Rockcastle County. That crash happened Wednesday on Interstate 75. Police say they were called out near 71 mile marker in the northbound lanes. Police say 77-year-old Sally Brosell of Madison County was heading north when she lost control and hit a semi-truck. Brosell died from injuries she sustained in the crash. The driver of the semi-truck was not hurt. More than 1 year ago, we began to cover a deadly building collapse in Martin County. Two men, both from Pike County, were killed. Billy Ray Bo Daniels and Alvin Neese were doing contract work preparing for a demolition project at an idle coal processing plant when the 11-story building collapsed. It would be days before both bodies could be removed from the rubble. Two people are facing charges after police in Laurel County found a large quantity of fentanyl during a raid. London PD's Special Investigation Unit seized the fentanyl as well as other contraband after they served a search warrant at a home. Brian and Jonathan Hubbard, both of London, were arrested and taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center. Two students are now facing charges after a fire at Lincoln County Middle School. The fire broke out late Tuesday afternoon after school, but some activities were still taking place. Those people were evacuated and Serve Pro arrived to start mitigating the damage. Police were called in to investigate, and two students there were charged with criminal mischief and arson.
Students have to realize there's consequences for bad behavior, or even in this case illegal behavior, and we always need to be cognizant of that, and we need to be teaching our students to do better.
The two students were taken to a juvenile detention facility. No one was hurt in the fire. Rangers with the Kentucky Department of Forestry put out the first big forest fire of the season in Harlan County in the Brookside community. One fire broke out Wednesday in the Brookside community of Harlan County. It covered about 10 acres. Crews started working the fire Wednesday, and Thursday they extinguished what was left of it last night. Firefighters gave us a tip to keep your home safe during fire season.
Around this time of year, when the leaves start blowing in around your house and around your property lines and stuff, if you could, you can go around and you can make you just like if you got a leaf blower, you can blow a path away from your house.
The fall forest fire season continues until December 15th. Officials with the Transportation Cabinet have announced one portion of Interstate 75 will be closed next week. The right lane will be closed at milepoint 14.0 in Whitley County on Wednesday, November 6th. The part of the interstate will be closed from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. during bridge deck repair operations. Drivers need to be aware of signage and roadwork crews at work. With the growing number of national brands making their new home in Kentucky, we are learning more about a $1 billion federal grant that's going to help meet some of those companies' demands. During yesterday's Team Kentucky update, Governor Andy Beshear talked about the $1.4 billion in federal funding for Eastern Kentucky Power. Beshear says the grant will help increase the amount of electricity and renewable energy produced. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but now it is also Cancer Education and Prevention Month in Kentucky. At UK Hospital, Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman recognized Markey's current efforts to train the next generation of cancer physicians and researchers, a goal the Action Research Program is fully focused on. Students impacted sat in the front row during the proclamation, receiving thanks from the Lieutenant Governor for choosing this career path. Services begin this afternoon for State Senator Johnny Turner. Turner died last week at the age of 76. The visitation is from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. today at the Harlan County High School Auditorium. A funeral mass is set for Saturday at 11 a.m. at the Holy Trinity Catholic Church in Harlan. His burial will follow at Rest Haven Cemetery in the Keith community.
All right, this is what we're looking at over the next 24 hours. November does begin today, but a rainy morning could cause a few problems with the commute. But overall, a cooler Friday is in store. Looking at Pinpoint Doppler, this is the rain I'm talking about. Anywhere south of the Hal Rogers Parkway all the way into parts of Pike County, as well as some parts of our southwestern Virginia counties, are getting that rain right now. Much needed rain, especially with what we have going on with fire. Looking at your bus stop forecast, right now sitting at 59 as we're heading to school, 61, lunch sitting at 62, and heading home 66. Make sure to grab the jacket for your kiddos today. Madison?
All right, Drake, thank you. The Los Angeles Dodgers secured the World Series title last night with a Lexington native on the mound. Walker Buehler threw the final 3 outs at Yankee Stadium to get the win. Walker Buehler's mom, Karen Walker, and sister Bella Walker were on their toes in the stands as Buehler threw the game-winning out. Buehler struck out his former teammate Alex Verdugo. His family says they celebrated on the field for hours after taking it all in.
Walker he was giddy. he was over the moon, and all the guys were. I mean, hugs and tears and no tough guy stuff. It was just pure emotion and just joy.
His sister says he is an inspiration, having had 2 Tommy John surgeries in recent years. The procedure is to repair a torn UCL in the elbow. Thank you for joining us. The time is now 6:38. Still to come on Mountain News this morning. One woman is calling for a change as she wants others to focus on fertility and the unregulated industry of sperm donations.